I'm a documentary filmmaker. I didn't feel like it was appropriate for me to be making a documentary around the events that were happening in Christchurch, because I thought that there was enough media down there, and also Christchurch has a very strong tradition of documentary filmmaking itself. I started to see a way where I could take a lot of the stories I'd been told, a lot of the things that I'd read about, and a lot of the things that I'd overheard down at the pub. I saw a way that I could make a television drama that was an intricate investigation into recent history that could be entertaining and informative. Some of the iconic imagery from that time were the hearts that were made by the little stitches in Littleton. That in itself is an amazing story, where women come and sit and stitch, and people come and join them in the middle of this devastation, and they start pinning hearts on people, and then they start pinning hearts to the wire fences, and that's hope and wire. I started working with Adam McGrath from the Eastern. That band played caravans, it played parties, it played all over town. I couldn't think of a better title than Hope and Wire. It's the name of an album that the Eastern made, and when I asked Adam how he felt if we could use that title too, he said yes. I feel that the families of the people who died and the families of the people who've been severely affected by the quakes, that live with the outcome of it every day in terms of serious injury, I don't feel that the time is right for their stories to be told. Feels exploitative to me anyway. So I wanted to tell stories of common experience and the stories of the people that I know. And so I've been able to amalgamate and distill, and so while the characters are made up and while the characters are actors, the reference to the psychological truth is what I've been after. But Hope and Wire, just like them, it has its funny moments, it has its tragic moments, and it has that wonderful Kiwi thing, which is you put one foot in front of the other and you deal with today and you let tomorrow take care of itself. Every time you do something as a filmmaker, you do have a responsibility to yourself and you have a responsibility to the audience. And I mean, in the end, this is prime time television made for Thursday night at 8:30. You know, it's got to serve its audience. So as a storyteller, I have a responsibility to the audience to deliver something that's pretty compelling, sometimes funny, sometimes tragic, all the things you need for a story. But, I'm not comparing myself with Shakespeare, but I think that's what he was doing, wasn't it? You know, it's actually what storytellers do. They translate experience. We went down to Christchurch. Everything was difficult. We were very aware that we were putting pressure on a very fragile infrastructure. And it was very humbling. I mean, we would go to a place like Atlantis, shoot in an entire cul-de-sac of empty houses. And however hard it got for us, filmmakers, it was 10 times harder for the people around us. It's a great opportunity for me at my age and stage as a filmmaker to use everything I have in my vocabulary as a filmmaker to tie together stories of common experience. That is it's actually about the social and psychological dislocation.